unlocked speed test between the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge and the iPhone 6s Plus. So for this video, we'll be doing lots of real world speed tests. That includes unlocking the devices, camera launch, testing out some daily apps as well as some more intensive gaming apps, and then looking at RAM management towards the end too. Now before we start, just to show you that we have the latest versions of the software on both of these devices here, and this is the octa-core version of the S7 Edge that we have in house. And also a quick thanks to Carphone Warehouse for providing the S7 Edge. You can go ahead and pre-order the S7 or S7 Edge from their website right now, and they have some great deals. I'll be linking to them in the description below. So firstly, getting the benchmarks out the way, Geekbench 3 scores the iPhone 6s Plus higher for the single core score. However, for the multi-core score, the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge does come out on top. Now moving on to the unlock speeds, I've done a detailed fingerprint scanner speed test between these two, and I'll link that in the cards. But in summary, the iPhone 6s Plus does read the fingerprint slightly faster. However, the S7 Edge does unlock faster. In terms of the camera launch, the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge does have the quick launch option, which is tapping the home button twice. And this, as we had with the S6 last year, does launch the camera quicker compared to the iPhone 6s Plus, on which you either have to unlock the device and launch the camera itself, or go onto the lock screen and drag the camera icon up. So let's start off with some app tests. We have nothing else open on either of these devices, and we are going to open private windows in their respective native browsers, and we'll do some web browsing tests initially. So going on to the BBC News website, here you can see that the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge did complete ever so slightly faster. Now let's open an article, and this time the iPhone 6s Plus did finish loading the page faster, so I'll call it a bit of a draw for the browser test. Now let's move on to an app, so we'll use Instagram, and opening both up at the same time, you can see here that the S7 Edge does finish loading a little bit faster. Going onto my profile, the iPhone 6s Plus this time finishes a little bit faster, and opening up a few images are slightly faster on the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. Now let's move on to YouTube, so we'll go over and open up a trending video, and the iPhone 6s Plus was actually ever so slightly faster here. We'll leave the video open here and let's go onto a game now. So Temple Run 2, we'll speed this up slightly. And the iPhone 6s Plus does finish loading Temple Run 2 faster. We'll start the game here and we'll leave this open. And let's move on to Dead Trigger 2. So this is also quite intensive and a 3D game, and it does finish faster here on the iPhone 6s Plus again. So we'll play the game and see which one finishes loading the game up faster overall. And once again, it is the iPhone 6s Plus. So we'll leave both of these open, and let's just try RAM management, because at this point the Samsung Galaxy S6 last year was closing apps in the background. So we'll go onto the browser first, still in the same place where we left them on both. Let's now go into Instagram and see if they are both where we left them, and once again this is fine here. Now let's move on to YouTube and see if we've still got the video open. Yep, open here on both, and we can start playing on both as well, and it works pretty well. Moving on, let's go on to Temple Run 2 in the same place where we left it on both. And now let's go on to Dead Trigger 2 and see if it's still in the same place. In the same place on both. So RAM management actually seems to be pretty good here on both. Let's just try one last game. So we'll try Marvel Contest of Champions, which is once again quite intensive on graphics, and see which one loads up faster. After speeding this up, once again it is the iPhone 6s Plus. So here for gaming, you can see that the iPhone 6s Plus is faster overall, but that does partly come down to the fact that it's got a low resolution. You've got 1080p versus Quad HD on the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. We're just going to do a RAM management test one last time, and just quickly going through these apps. I'm going to be speeding this up. All of the apps were exactly where we left them, so it seems like the RAM management issue has largely been resolved on the S7 Edge. Yes, I could continue and open more and more apps, but I think this is a sufficient test to see that the RAM management has definitely been improved on this year's S7 Edge compared to last year. So there we have it, the speed test between the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge and the iPhone 6s Plus. I think both performed well overall. The one thing that you are going to have to consider is that because of the high resolution on the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, when it comes to things like gaming, you are going to have to wait a little bit longer, but then you will be getting that extra resolution. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then please do hit that thumbs up.